and we are going to do another round of Rimworld. Only this time we're going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to call this the Cannibal Space Psychopaths or something to that effect. It's going to kind of abuse a little bit of a mechanic in the game, but it should make for an interesting playthrough. A couple of the things that we need for this playthrough, I've got a lot of mods, not all of these are needed, but the ones that are really important for this will be, let's see here, the expanded prosthetics and organ engineering, not critical but pretty important, can be done without this. Definitely need, as I scroll through here and try to find them all, definitely need Prepare Carefully, and definitely need Reclaim Fabric. Really, with just those two mods, this whole process will work. The Reclaim Fabric allows you to take clothing that you've gotten off of dead bodies, or that you've traded for, or that you've created, and tear them back down to basic cloth. And the Prepare Carefully is going to allow us to set up our characters and put ourselves with the items that we need to do this. So the goal of this playthrough will be, we'll just set this up here way. We can use the crash landed scenario editor. We're going to do it on extreme difficulty. Permadeath mode's going to be on. We'll set a seed to crazy, because people are going to be crazy. We'll generate the world, keep it small. And so our plan is going to be start up here in the North Pole in one of these sea ice biomes that you've got. Probably something like this one, I guess. And at a certain point during the game, a friendly AI is going to tell us where he's parked a spaceship that we can try to leave the game with. And our goal will be to move towards that spaceship. We're going to start to migrate south. There's only going to be 2 people in our colony, and they are both going to be cannibals. They're both going to be psychopaths, and that's going to give some advantages that I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, when we start moving south, we may make pit stops to make make a new little home base as we go along. But the eventual goal will be to get down to his spaceship. We are playing on extreme, so we may never actually get off the North Pole, but this is what my goal is for the series. So we're going to choose that as a starting location. We're only going, we have to go to Prepare Carefully. We are only going to have 2 people. Confirm. They are going to be a male and a female. We'll just randomize up their looks. Sure, you look fine. And randomize up your looks. Nah, you're kind of too ogreish. Yeah, let's go with that guy. And relationships, you are going to be related to that person, and she is your wife. Your health, you're going to come in with just perfect health, no issues. And their names, I haven't really fully decided the names. I'm going to be open to suggestions. I think for this video, we'll leave the names as they are, and if you guys have suggestions, we can go through them. I need them to be incapable of none, because they are going to be the only 2 people, so I need them to be somewhat going. Oh, actually, since he's a pyromaniac, let's set this up first. He's going to be a cannibal. He's going to be psychopathic, and he's going to be, let's make this guy a jogger, and she is going to be a cannibal, who's also a fast walker, sure, and she is psychopathic. That's 0.20. Okay, so they can both move around a little bit faster, which will help with kiting enemies when we need to. And let's just re-roll. Oh, I missed a none there. There we go, none. All right, so now the second part of this is we are going to try to balance their skills a little bit. When you use EdB Prepare Carefully, you can use this point limit here, which will set up point limits to make the game fair, so you don't just make everybody overpowered. So we're going to reduce down this guy's stuff. He doesn't need any melee. We already give them a passion for shooting. Social is fine. Animals, we're not going to really do much with that. Maybe leave that with, yeah, we'll move it down to 0. Medicine, we definitely do want. Let's give them a 4 with a passion for it. Cooking, sure. Construction, sure. Growing, not going to need it right now. Mining, definitely not going to need it on the ice flow. Crafting, you're going to need that, but and that should be everything for you. I think that should be good. Yeah. For Marion here, we are going to again remove all her melee, reduce her social down. She doesn't need any animals. Leave her at 1 medicine, but give her some passion for it. Give her a passion for shooting. Construction, growing is kind of, yeah, let's do that. Just change her thing a little bit so that we don't use skills that we don't need. Artistic, crafting, sure. Research, sure. Anything else we need her to do? Cooking. And that's probably it. So they're pretty bare bones characters. They're not overpowered. What's actually overpowered is their traits, but their skill sets are starting off weak. And that should be fine. We'll go next. The next thing I'm going to do is we're going to remove that. Remove. We're going to give them. We're going to reduce their silver down to about 300 or so. Oh, not 0. Alright, let's make that about 300. Wish you could just type the numbers into this box. So about 300 that. Wood, we're going to need a lot of wood because there's no trees where we're at. So we're going to go up to about, let's say, 850 wood or something. Steel, we're going to probably leave, let's make it 500. We don't need any more than that. At the beginning anyway. We can probably reclaim ship chunks and stuff. Components, we're going to need, again, we're not going to be able to mine for them at the beginning, so let's get about 50 components. Then let's get ourselves a couple of toques, as we are planning on starting off in the Arctic, so let's go with, sort by cost. Take 2 of these Muffalo toques. Weapons. Let's sort by name. We want a sniper rifle. And I would like a assault rifle. Leaves us with 13. Let's see. Survival meals we kind of need. Let's back off the wood a little bit. I want to get us a little bit more medicine. We need the medicine for when we're doing operations on people. Also for ourselves as well, let's be honest, but for operations on people most importantly. Even get ourselves up to 30 of those. I don't want to drop the wood too much lower. So I guess we're going to drop our initial silver down. We'll be able to burn back silver pretty quick by selling body parts. Which sounds morbid, and it is, but... So there. So we've got lots of wood, lots of steel, some decent amount of components, a bunch of medicine, some prepackaged survival meals to get us through the first little bit until we can capture somebody and eat them, and a little bit of silver. What else do we need? I think that's about everything. So we'll start and take a look at where we've ended up. Alright, so let's just zoom out and take a look at this map area. As you can see, there is nothing here. There's some ship chunks. Different stuff that gets scattered in different spots that we'll have to have them go out and and pick up, but not a whole lot. We're just going to enable, I'm not even going to bother going into the advanced work because there's only 2 people and we're just going to have them do everything. Later on, we might get them to have slightly different priorities, but for now, just anybody can do whatever job is needed. There's only 2 of you. And let's see. So we're going to land where at? Where are they dropping us? Right in the water, it looks like, from the look of those shadows. Where everything's at. So not a horrible spot. We could build our base right here. The way we're going to do that, we're just going to set everything up right off the bat. I'm going to want to have let's see. They are husband and wife, so we only need a double bed. That's important. We are going to need... I'm going to try to build this a little bit in reverse, but... temperature. We're going to need a heater. So that's all you need for a basic bedroom to really save on wood. I don't want to do the corners. It'll still function just fine without the corners. So I'm just trying to save on the amount of wood we're using because we do have a very limited supply. Next up, I'm going to need a spot to butcher and a spot to cook. So we're going to do production, butchering table, and then an electric stove, and then probably a stool in between it, and production tailoring bench. And what else? We're going to have a sleeping spot where we're going to allow people who we're operating on to sit, probably right there. And what else do we need? Actually, let's remove that for now because I'm not sure if I'm going to need that just yet. Well, I'm going to need it, but I'm not sure if that's where I want it. Production. I'm going to need a couple of research benches because research is going to be important. And I want to make sure that they can both do some research while we're waiting for stuff. Okay, so that's the research benches done. And maybe we will do structure. Just finish mapping out the walls here. I want to put a light in the furniture, standing lamp, maybe here. It's going to be a cramped area, so and we'll do a little bit more structure. With a door there, and then maybe that sleeping spot for the person who's going to get butchered will be here. That should work out. And then we're going to do a zone and roof area is going to go all over this and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots down. And let's come out this way another couple of spots. And then our stockpile zone, 1, 2, 4, 5. That should cover the same. Yep, perfect. And architect power battery. We're going to stick over here. Keep it a little bit away so if it does go zit like it might, that it can't hurt us too bad. Or run power conduit right across here, which should get everything hooked up. And we're going to want a solar panel out here and a wind turbine. There. And then lastly, we want a dumping stockpile. Probably not overly important, but let's put it there. And that should have us all set up for what we're going to be needing to do here. We'll have a place to cook, a place to do some crafting. I guess once we get some research going, the first thing is going to be getting an orbital beacon up so we can do some trading. That's going to be vastly important for us. And yeah, so let's just go and on forbid all this stuff. Our guys haven't even landed on the planet yet. But that's all right. There's their stuff coming in. And let's see, where were those ship chunks at? There's one up there. We're going to want to grab the closer ones, I think. Here's some steel that we need. Deconstruct that one. I think we'll leave the other ones. They're a little bit far away. All right. We're going to unforbid all those. Unforbid that. And that. And let's see, character. You have a shooting of 4, you have a shooting of 3. So the 4 guy is going to get sniper rifle. You're going to get the assault rifle. And we're going to tell them to haul the junk. And this should start us off. So let's put everything in fast forward motion. They automatically will equip the toques as they see them. And they're going to go to town and start building everything for us. Let's see, we've got the roof here over top of the battery, which will keep it from zitting out, which will be important. And hopefully here by the end of the first day, we'll have the basics of this colony all set up and ready to go. So through the corners, they can grab and build and do stuff like that. But it does count as a full room, which is very useful. And they're just grabbing all the things. And we're going to be able to assign our research here in a second. Research. We want microelectronic basics. Get that stuff done. So not quite the full house built on the first day, but pretty close. And then they have to do a bunch of hauling. So things are off to a decent start for Ace and Marion. Again, if you have suggestions for the names, please do leave them in the comments and we will change them up for the next episode. But once these two get up again in the morning, we will allow them to finish their work. Give them a little joy source here. Build it of steel, because again, I think steel is going to be more common than wood in the long run. Walking around here on the frozen tundra is slow. You don't want to have to do it a whole lot. So once we get everything hauled in and going on, I'll probably end up restricting them to an area fairly close to home here, with the exception of maybe going out to rescue somebody. Oh, and we've now got power, which means we've got heat. Oh, we've got a beer apparently. I don't know where the beer came from, but nice. Game just randomly blessed us with beer. It can be a housewarming gift, I guess. More stuff down there, some components and some steel. They're going to spend their time getting everything hauled back to base here before they start doing their research, which is good. Oh, there was our silver. I almost didn't claim that. We've got enough food here with these survival meals to last us probably until at least the first person shows up, and at which point we are going to relieve them of their body parts and feast on their meat. That concludes the second day. So 2 days in, we've got a completed shelter. We've got all the things that we're going to need from this standpoint. So let's just set up the bills for the stuff that we need them to do, so they can run around free of having to worry about us at all. So they're going to butcher all corpses forever, which is important. We're going to have them cook simple meals, do until we have X. Let's pause this for a second. And we're going to want them to try to get, say, 35, and then start cooking again if we get to 25. So once we've used 10, start cooking them again. You can use all the meat and all the animal products you want. So that's all good. The fabric. So I'll show you what I meant by this reclaim fabric. So we're going to need 3 of these. So you want to do allow non-dead man's apparel. We're going to turn that off, meaning that only dead man's apparel, any quality or any hit point of a dead man's apparel will get reclaimed, because we don't want the debuffs from them not liking wearing dead man's apparel. The only exception that I'm going to make is power armor, because power armor is fairly expensive. I can probably sell that. Everything else, we're going to rip back down to basic fabric. This one we're also going to do forever. We're going to allow dead man's, but it's if it has 50% hit points or less, they'll start tearing it down. And again, with the exception of power armor. Then this one, we're going to again allow non-dead man's. It doesn't matter how many hit points it has, but if it's between awful and poor, start ripping it down, and I'll allow the power armor for that one as well. After that, we want them to start making a few toques. So let's say 3 toques, a couple parkas, dusters, and pants, I guess. And then we'll just re-up those as they finish those workloads. And that is probably going to be the bulk of what we have to do here over the next little bit. We're into the 3rd of summer of the first year. They're just going to finish hauling some stuff. There's so much steel here for them to haul, and it's so far away. It's kind of annoying. Luckily, they're fast movers and can hopefully get it all back up here before they get too cold. The battery's charging up nicely. Before winter, we'll probably want to add in a second battery just to avoid the dark winters. The lack of sunlight you get during the winter is definitely hard on you up here. But I'm hoping that by the time we hit spring of next year, we will have started to move and gotten ourselves into a better spot. We'll see Ace here is already starting to do some research, which is great. And you should be able to pick up... oh no, I guess you're going to have to do one more haul. Since you're coming down this far anyway, let's deconstruct that. And look, we've got a visitor. We just have a few items to trade. And what does they have for gear? They've got a pistol. I'm not going to attack this person. Normally I would, but with the pistol I don't want to take a chance of us being shot right away. Though they do have a lot of good stuff that we could sell. I think we're probably going to let them go. Yeah. They got muffler, wool parka. I don't know. Let's see. Let them come over. We'll trade with them first, and then we might kill them. Let's see what happens. What's Ace doing? He's deconstructing the ship thing. Okay, who has the better social? Ace has 3. Marion has 4. Marion, come trade with this person here. Okay, what can you trade us? We'll buy your medicine. Actually, I'm not going to buy anything from you. Because we can just going to kill you and take it in a second. So, yeah. We'll let the night go through, and that way we don't bother Ace and Marion too much in terms of their sleep. And then I think we're going to try to take this person on. It's going to be important to keep a far distance. We've got rifles, she's got a pistol. So we should be able to stay far, far away from her and still get that nice clean kill. Assuming she doesn't leave before they get up. Okay, Marion, you've got the charged rifle. I'll get you to go down there. Ace, time to get up. You come over here. Oh, what should we call our faction? Oh, that's a great idea. Faction name should be called the Man-Eaters. And this little town should be called Frozen Meat. Because we're up in the Arctic, I think. Okay. You shoot her. You shoot her. But you be ready to run in case she... There we go. Bad will. I don't care. Is she dead? She is dead. Okay. So, we've got our first person. And we've got all kinds of new stuff like this medicine. And our colonists don't care because they're psychopathic. They're a bunch of psychos. But we'll see them jump in here and they're going to start working away, making us some new food. Ripping down the fabric. Would have liked to be able to get her alive, because then we could harvest her for body parts, but didn't quite work out that way. We now have some sweet human leather. You're going to go back down and finish hauling your deconstructed ship parts. That's good. And then we've got the one up there that we can grab too at some point. Not hugely concerned about it. And then they're going to go back to researching. And I think that's going to conclude this first episode. So again, this is going to be a space psychopath cannibal playthrough. Our goal is to eventually get down to the spaceship that the friendly AI provides to us. We're not going to bring anybody else into our colony. If anybody else shows up, they become food. We're going to try to harvest as many body parts as we can and basically keep our footprint really, really small. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment. Let me know what I should name these guys, and let me know what else you think we should do in this series. So have a great day, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.